Right, today we're taking a look at a pen that both American and Soviet astronauts used in space for decades. This is my Fisher AG-7 space pen. Please do like and subscribe so we can grow this channel and I can do more reviews. There's an often circulated story on the internet that both American and Soviet space programs were looking for writing solutions, and the Russians went with your standard wooden pencils, and the US wasted millions of dollars on developing a ballpoint pen. The real story is that the Fisher space pen, this pen, was developed by a private company using private funds, and the pen was eventually sold to both NASA for use on Apollo 7 onwards and the Russian space program. You can imagine that broken pencil lead tips, as well as like if you need to sharpen the pencil, there's wood materials would be a really big fire hazard in an oxygen rich shuttle or capsule. And mechanical pencils solve the issue a little bit, but pencils do definitely smudge. So if you got to go with a ballpoint pen, how do you make sure that the ink flows to the tip when there's no gravity to help it downwards? So the solution to this problem is to pressurize the ink cartridge with nitrogen. So the secret is actually in here. As I unscrew the pen. So it's this little cartridge here. So I have a purple medium refill, and you can see that they are based in Nevada, and there's the www.spacepen.com. So this is the solution. So the ink is actually pressurized with nitrogen, using nitrogen because it's an inert gas and doesn't react with anything. The ink cartridge itself in here holds 0.5 gram of ink, enough to write 2.3 miles or about 3.6, 3.7 kilometers. And the ink cartridge itself is made of brass. You can see this brass sleeve here. Inside there, it's made out of steel, and the little tip, the little ball that makes a ballpoint pen, is carbide steel. And this works from -30 to 270 degrees Fahrenheit. And it can write upside down because it's pressurized, so you can force the ink upwards as well. And it does also work underwater. The body of the pen is, you can see, is made out of chrome-plated brass. And this lower barrel, you can see here, it is etched on the grip section, so you get a good grip. And you can hear, I think, you can hear there's a spring on the inside to help with the retraction of the refill. Oop. Put that back in. And you can see it is a little bit, you can see the springiness here. The upper part right here contains the clip, and then there's a push button here to extend the refill, and then there's a button here that retracts it, and it works in concert with the spring. So you screw it back on. And you can see right here on the clip, it says Fisher AG-1. And then right here it says AG-7 Space Pen by Fisher, USA. So you can see again here, extends it. And when you press this button, the spring retracts it. And it makes a very satisfying sound. This is a very cool, solid pen that you can use every day, and definitely, really well made and solid. Definitely very much a buy it for life type of item, and a super unique model that they have been making. This is the same model that I've been making since 1965, and especially if you're into space or history, this is a little piece of that you can own yourself. And thank you for watching.